Today we're getting ready to plumb the complete wastewater system from the sinks down to the tank. It's going to be all gray water and no black water. So first thing we're going to do is install our sink drains. Putting on the tailpipe, sliding the nut back up to the threaded section, screw it on. Basic installation of any sink, and we're going to dry fit it right now until we get everything into place before we putty and glue our pieces together. By dry fitting all the pieces together first, we can spot any of the problems that we may have down the road, correct them ahead of time before it's all glued together. Because once it's glued permanent, you're going to have to cut it and start it all over again. This trailer is going to have 2 full sinks. So once we get our drains dry fitted into place, then we got to consider how we're going to connect all of our pieces.
So we bought those 90s. So we decided we're going to 90 out of here, come to here, have like another 90, catch it here. We're not going to do our traps because it's not wastewater, it's just gray water. So we don't have to worry about depth for those. So we'll 90 out of here, come to here, catch this one, 90 out of here, come here, elbow back, go through here, and find where we can go down through the floor. Okay, piece of that 1.5 inches, if you would, so kind.
With the limited amount of space we had left under here, then we decided we were going to join the 2 sinks underneath the trailer as it goes into the drain that'll actually drain into the wastewater tank.
So we just want to turn it here, go back, turn it there.
Coming through the wall of this cabinet, we're going to come up under the water pump. Coming from the other sink, we're going to have to go back towards the wall and come behind the nitro module that goes to the nitro kegerator that's included in the trailer. Both of these are going to pin back against the wall as close as we can for clearance before we come down through the bottom of the trailer. And here's the height of the water pump. We're going to come through this wall just below the hot water line, above the water holding tank that's below the drill. And that'll give us the clearance that we have to come across the water tank and then down through the floor before we connect to our other sink.
That's it. And then we'll go down through the floor.
Clearance and space issues are a constant problem at this stage in the project, and getting through the floor right here is really going to be a challenge. We considered a pilot hole from the bottom and drilling up, but the chance of running into one of our vital pieces up here was just too high. So we came through just beside our overflow valve from our water tank and the nitro kegerator line located to the right.
Might be easier to work from the bottom. No, we can't do that because we won't know where we're coming through.
The nitro module is sitting on the floor of the trailer with a 4-inch false floor that's in front of it. We have to come back 16 inches towards the wall so we can fit our PVC, but we're going to have to drill through the false floor and the subfloor. The first attempt's making some headway, but we're running out of room on our bit because of the 4-inch subfloor gap that we have here. So after we've run out of room, we're going to have to build some sort of extension that's going to get us through. So now we have both of our sink drains piped through the bottom of the trailer, ready to be joined to the main drain located here.
This is too big of a swoop.
Now we have to figure out the pieces and the angles that are going to work out for us to connect to this drain so that the guys can easily access this drain, the handle on it, and connect it to the tank.
Come here and then go around.
About 15 minutes in, we realized we need to permanently locate the drain and work to it from our two other pipes.
We need to mount this thing somehow. Alright, so the idea...
We'll securely mount it, and then once all the glue is put in all the pieces, then the strength will be there from the mount and from the PVC glue to hold everything securely into place with more than enough strength.
Basically, then we can catch that one. So we need it to be kind of at this angle, like this.
We find our proper angle and permanently locate the drain so that we can work to it.
So we want 90 out of this, like this. And then
With all the moving pieces, angles, and drain coming from two sinks, it's going to take a few minutes of dry fitting before we can permanently glue anything. One important thing about dry fitting is remembering to go back and glue all of the pieces. We did have an earlier problem with our water tank where we thought we had a leak and redid a section only to find out that we had dry fit a 90-degree angle and forgotten to permanently glue it. Working in such small spaces and trying to optimize the working spaces and include all the components that the client asks for sometimes does allow a little bit of doubt to creep in.
worried that this wasn't going to work. I'm still not sure, but
What are you not sure about?
I mean, I'm about 80% sure. When this part lines up with this one, I'll be 99% sure. And then when it's all done, I'll be 100% sure.
As we started to permanently glue the pieces into place, Mike's percentages were between 80 and 95%.
Glue right there, glue right here, glue right here, and I'll put it all together. Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
As we finished up today, gluing everything in place permanently, we're looking forward to next week when our faucets are going to come in. We're going to put those in on our sinks, plumb the rest of those lines, mount our drains and tailpipes permanently to our PVC drains, and we'll be able to test our gray water waste system. From there, we'll move to priming a little bit more of the outside before we do some exterior painting, and we got our interior floors. Our next video is going to have some work on the inside with some interior painting, a little bit more work on the bar, and fixing up some last minute things on the drawers and doors of our cabinets.